Hey Jeep family, Neil, SFJ4x4.com, Sims Family Jeeps, coming back to you with another Tech Tuesday update. I am sitting in front of this really clean JKU. You can see the California plates on there. Pretty cool. Customer here is on the East Coast right now, but we actually have a couple customers coming from California here in the near future. So pretty neat to see where our reach is. This particular Jeep, if you've watched any of the previous Tech Tuesday videos, there are two huge bays worth of parts that have been purchased and inventoried specifically for them. So this is what we're calling the Icon build. It's a really sick 4.5 inch Icon suspension lift kit. It's got a drag link flip steering. It's got an ultimate Dana 44 front axle. We've got the ARBs front and rear. The trusses are going in onto the rear axle. It's going to have an Icon bumper, front and rear tire carrier. We're going to couple off the sides with fishbone sliders, Genrite, flares and inners at all four corners. We're going to have onboard air, up-down air system, TerraFlex mounting brackets. Really a very cool assembly of parts. So look forward to doing some updates with that one. Jeff is turning and burning on it today. Greg was working on the rear yesterday. So a lot of very cool things. Here is a favorite of mine, and if you've watched any of our Bantam videos or previous leading up to it, this is Eugene the Jeep. It is an 04 LJ Unlimited. It has the Ultimate 44 axle swap in it as well, so we're doing a lot of those crate axles. And then it's got a JK rear 44 in the back. We got the custom steering all done, got the PSC system in there. It's just a wonderful application at this point. We took it, we unveiled it at Bantam. If you watch those videos, it's stacked up. People were ducking it and having a good time. We'll pan around and check out the front of it as well. You see we've got a little bit of fit and finish work. We got this nice Moto-Built bumper in raw steel at the moment. Customer was debating whether or not they wanted to do a custom winch plate and winch. I think that right now we're gonna leave that be. We're just gonna get it powder coated black, let them move on and get some enjoyment out of it this summer. You see our anti-rock system here. Really important piece that we see with a number of other Jeeps that come to us, and maybe it's been a DIY installation or been put on with another shop. There's actually a specific procedure in installing the anti-rocks. God, I just love them. There's such a clean install. But there's actually a path of travel at which they're supposed to move based on the articulation of your suspension, and then there's actually a degree that they need to lay back at. And all too often we see people come in with them way too high or way too low. And then there's actually multiple links available from RockJock to then customize that height or throw of the suspension or of the sway bar in correlation with your suspension, and we almost inevitably always end up cutting it down further based on the initial links that they offer us. Complete custom rusty steering under here, Fox shocks and Rancho high steer knuckles, chrome ollie axle shafts front and rear, really trick stuff. Here you'll see behind us is this really nice looking buggy. Kind of just mild to wild, as you can imagine, from your overbuilt, gonna drive across the country and get ice cream in the same day kind of Jeeps to let's tackle the biggest boulders possible. So started life as a 93 YJ. It is having basically a timing advance spark issue, and we're trying to kind of comb away the matrix of that electrical system. If you're familiar with 93, that is pre-OBD2. So the good and the bad, what comes out in 96, 97 is the advent of OBD2 compliance, which basically is your traditional, I can hook a computer up to this and the Jeep tells me some type of rude code that, that the Jeep is throwing. OBD1, if this Jeep, did have an OBD1 port, it would be generic at best. So this is really the early years of fuel injection and computer control. Also, if you've watched any of our older videos, about 2 years ago, we worked on like a 93, 94. And that computer is called a speed density computer. So it's a completely different design than our newest, our JKs and our JLs. And so this is a base map system. So there's some interesting things that we have to know and understand what's happening with that Jeep in order for it to have spark and fuel and air. And that's how our engines run. But cool project in the works there. Really trying to turn this one out. You know, I know the owner takes a lot of flack for these pit bulls, but I think they're actually pretty cool. 42-inch tires and tons and all that kind of good stuff. I actually really dig this one. You can see him representing us. I appreciate that. The yellow Jeep got a little bit of love. Wiring wise, customer was in to check that out the other day. It's coming along nicely. Our focus has been these two here, the hashtag not a restoration, and then this really trick V8 CJ7 as well. It got the most love today, but I'll kind of point out a little bit of both of them. They both are very much getting worked through. This one got the new fuel pump hooked up. It's got the spare tire, actually had to get a new carrier. The spare when it came in was like a trailer wheel, and it was on this dinky little setup. So we have a new custom plate back there and a new carrier for it. We're also working on, this was an early fiberglass tub, so the cowl actually kind of smiled or dipped. So we're actually working to use like a polycarbonate strip that we're cutting to size to seal that up and make a nice weather tight fit so it stops leaking in there so badly. And then just a lot of trim work happening so we can get the dash put in and start reassembly on this Jeep. The hashtag not a restoration, which is coming along really well. It's got a beautiful custom exhaust. The mad scientist did a spectacular job at that. And he's most recently gotten, he's pretty giddy because Yukon came through in a big way and got our lockout kit for us. So this has a huge 30 spline inner and outer upgrade, well, specifically outer upgrade. And it uses basically the same or similar design of a Scout, the International Scout lockout. So we have this big, beautiful piece that accepts these massive axle shafts. And so there's a very big, robust upgrade. So big hammer, small nail situation. And we can see that spindle that's loosely put in place here. And if I can reach over nicely, this is that hub, that rotating hub assembly. And then we're using internal spline lockouts on it. So this is about as beef as this Dana 30 front end can be. So a lot of movement on these two Jeeps. We're really looking to try and cash this one out, and the yellow Jeep, the beach cruiser, so that we can focus our time on this and our 52 M38. So cool stuff happening indoors. Savage doesn't trip over the axle below his feet. We just sold off a nice TJ, real clean TJ Dana 44. It's going to be getting swapped into another cruiser TJ, and we'll head out to the parking lot to check out what's going on out there. Oh, we're still shooting. It's important to note this is part of our brake kit from SSBC. And really stoked up to get that. They had a huge turnaround once they had it in stock and got it available to us and got it here pronto. So we're really happy. That's going to be the disc brake conversion for the rear of this Jeep as well. We'll head outside. This is that big, beautiful bay of parts that is going to be all onto that white JKU here shortly. You can check out the Dirty Lifes. We've got wheels and tires stacked up everywhere for our customers. As we head outside, we are so fortunate. We've got representation from 3 or 4 different states. Obviously, we got Chuck Norris rounding out the corner. This is just north of West Virginia, lower Pennsylvania, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. That was a really cool long arm from Iron Rock Off-Road. It's got the most beautiful powder coat on all of the control arms and the springs. Matches that body, the body color, which is a really cool burnt orange. Nice rusty spare tire carrier. So big shout out to Iron Rock Off-Road for that. That is a first in the country design on a two-door. It's a full long arm front and rear for that JK. We spin around the corner. We've got a couple house projects, couple family vehicles, and Jeeps and trucks and vehicles, as far as you can see, from electrical issues to axle rebuilds to framework to brake work, lift kits. A lot is going on, and we are so fortunate to be able to provide these services to our Jeep community. We had so much fun a couple weeks ago heading out to Bantam. That obviously just stirs the pot, gets people excited. We hope that that video will be dropping very soon. So by the time you're seeing this, that video is out. Make sure you go over, check that out, and see what our experience was like. We had a spectacular time there. We're so happy to be able to get back out on the road and come face to face with you, our followers, our viewers, our customers, and just live this really cool life that is the Jeep life. So if there's something awesome that sticks out at you and you want to know more, let us know. If there's something apart on the shelf that you saw as we panned past and you just got to have it, or you want to know more about it, we're happy to have that conversation with you. You know, big thing is 93% of you are watching these videos and not subscribing. Do it now. Do it. We want you to be part of our big Jeep family, and that starts with you hitting that like and subscribe button. So, Jeep family, until next time, I'm Neil with SFJ4x4.com. Jeep on.